Alright, so here we are at ZIMM'S Guitars putting some strings on a Jackson. So we got the Floyd Rose here. It says a Floyd Rose special. Oh, this is a neck through. Made in Indonesia guitar. Okay, so now what I've already done is I have a little block right here where I just took some styrofoam and I put some electrical tape around it, and I just kind of lay that in there so that it keeps this trem kind of nice and flat there. Okay, so we got to put some strings on this thing for a customer. The string gauge on here, this got 9 gauge strings on it, so we're going to keep the 9s. But I think on this guitar, let's loosen the string. And because I shoved that underneath there, we're going to take all the strings off of this one so that I can clean the fretboard and put some lemon oil on there and make it look nice and pretty. So with this tool that I have, Klein Tools, this makes it really easy. Loosen those, pull the string out. There you go. D string fell right out of there. There's my G string, giggity. And the B string came flying right out of there. And here's the high E string. And the high E string was already broken. So I think what happened is when the guitar was locked down, somebody was up here tuning it, not realizing that the strings were locked down. I get that a lot. Guys come into my guitar shop, and for some reason the first thing that guys want to do is start tuning the guitar. And when you got a Floyd Rose, and the first thing they do, and the strings are locked down, and the first thing they do is up here, and they're like, and I run over and I'm like, hey, you can't tune that thing like that, man. That thing is locked down. And they're like, what? Nice binding on the neck. The shark tooth inlays. I got some lemon oil. I'm gonna put a good amount of this on here. And I'm just gonna kind of rub it in and let it soak in a little bit. Duncan Design pickups. These Jackson guitars, I kind of wish that they had the model number of each guitar, you know, on the truss rod cover or somewhere, because you don't know if this thing is a dinky or, you know, there's so many different kind of models, and Jackson's the one brand that doesn't write it anywhere on the guitar what the model number is. So that's a little bit annoying. I like the guitars to be nice and shiny when my customer gets it back. This guitar is not for sale. This is a customer's Restring. And I asked him, hey, do you mind if I put it in a YouTube video showing me restringing a guitar? And he's like, no, man, that's fine. So far, I haven't had anybody tell me not to do it. Let's go ahead and grab a pack of strings. Today's string choice. Ernie Ball Super Slinky 9 through 42 in the pink pack. My favorite set of strings. There we go. Just sneak it right down in there. Tighten it up nice and snug. Try not to over tighten it too much. There's our A string. 24 wound. The W stands for wound string. There's one string that's wound around another. Okay. There we go. Seems nice and snug in there. Because those things come flying out from time to time. The string will come out of there. But this guitar seems relatively new, and the Floyd is in good condition. And the strings that were on this, they were pretty old and kind of rusty. So this might be its very first restring. I don't know that for sure, but it might be the first restring on this guitar. Okay, so another thing that I do is I make sure and back all these fine tuners out a little bit, because most of the time you know your strings start to go flat, so you want to fine tune them after you lock it down here at the nut. And so I make sure that there's plenty of room on all these fine tuners, because your strings are going to, you know, after they bend, they're going to go flat, and so you're going to want to adjust those. Okay, so I have it tuned up pretty good here, and I've tried to stretch the strings a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. I'm not going to over tighten them. I'm just going to snug them down here.